I want to talk about amicable breakups, like breakups where you're both okay with it and you're friendly, not slinging mud at each other. But I don't know how to have that discussion without you thinking I'm like not being friendly and slinging mud. So this little intro bit is me saying, like, we're good, everything's good, I'm in a good place, they're in a good place, we're all in good places. Everything is fantastic, everything's phenomenal. Uluru is 2,100 kilometers in that direction, and yeah, I've got some feelings. So just like with everything else on my channel, I've got some feelings and I'm going to talk to you about them, and then we will have talked about them. So here's a splash, let's get into it. Let's talk about amicable breakups. Whoop. Backdrop's not backdropping. Here, let me do it like that. Boom. Now the backdrop is backdropping. I just walked into it. I don't know how the audio is going to be though, because I didn't bring my mic. It's an interesting dynamic, you know, because you can end up walking on eggshells for weeks, being like, oh my God, how am I going to end things with this person without upsetting them? Because I don't want to upset them, but there are things that are just like, we're not compatible. Like, we've hit the end of the road, you know what I mean? And it's like the relief that you get once you just cut the cord and have the conversation, like, you end up being on better terms than you were beforehand. And it's really interesting to me, like, how that works on a social level, you know? Like, I just decided to nix the tripod, but and hold you, as I was saying. But, like, sometimes relationship-wise, and, like, I'm saying all this because the purpose of this channel is that, you know, if I die before my kids are adults, when they're adults, they can view how I was as an adult, you know? Like, my dad died when I was young. His dad died when he was young. My kids are young, so... but, like, it's funny to me, you know? Like, you find, as you grow, you have these non-negotiables about yourself, you know what I mean? Like, doing this, being open and out there as a person, like, with your mental health, being a public figure and stuff. Like, you find these things that you're just like, all right, well, if that's a problem, then we're not going to work, you know what I mean? And there are, like, that's okay. Like, they're not a bad person for it either, you know? Like, and I use the content creator example. Like, that's not what's occurred here in any capacity, but it's a normal thing for a lot of people to not want to be seen by a lot of people, you know what I mean? And like, live your life privately. My private life is public, and that's disappointing for a lot of people, hard for a lot of people, but it's exciting for a lot of people too. And there's nothing wrong or demonized about the people that it's not a good thing for. We're just not a good fit. And, like, you know, sometimes you got to be with a person before you learn about the things that are not a good fit, that are still perfectly acceptable and fine and don't make them a bad person, you know what I mean? And there are other things, like, you know, with me being a content creator and stuff, like, if someone didn't know I was a content creator and then, like, saw all the work that goes into it, they might be like, oh, actually, I'm either super into that or I'm not into it. And that's okay, you know? Blending families is very hard, you know? Like, going from 2 children to 4 children, and the two sides having different things that were consistent, or like adaptation. Change is hard for anyone. Change for a child under the age of 10 or 5 is even more difficult than that, you know? And so it's like, a lot of the time you just have to go, I don't hate you, I don't even dislike you, but it turns out that we're not where we thought we were, you know? And that's a thing that can occur, and it's not a bad, like, it's not bad. And that's the thing, like, I'm trying to sit here, maybe I'm trying to rationalize to myself, you know? Like, you don't have to turn people into a bad guy when you break up with them. I think it's a sign of maturity that you can break up with someone and it be amicable and not even a breakup of sorts, you know? Like, it's just oh, yep, no, we fucked up a bit. We shouldn't have done X. Let's do Y instead, you know? And it can be incredibly healthy to just check yourself before you wreck yourself, you know? Like, fucking, as cliche as that sounds, it can be a bit freeing to just be like, hey, no easy way to say this, but I'm not sure that we should keep trying to do this. And then the other person be like, no, thank fuck. Oh my God, I've been trying to figure out the way to say that, you know? Like, it's, no one likes walking on eggshells. And you shouldn't walk on eggshells from either position, you know what I mean? Especially if you've got so much going on that it's like you can't give what you want to give, let alone what the other person wants you to give. You can't give what you want to give, which you shouldn't be trying, you know? But it's like, yeah, it's been a fucking full-on couple of months, but we're hitting a narrow point now where I'm like, shit's coming good, you know what I mean? And it's way worse to be in a relationship where you both recognize it's not working and things are not going to be like a long-term success. It's much better to just cut the cord and be like, yeah, no, that was nice, but we're going to do that now, you know what I mean? And for anyone that actually knows us in person, knows the person I'm talking about, she's fine, everything's fine, like, don't stress, you know what I mean? I'm not going to talk publicly about it like with a broad scope or anything, but I just think that, like, yeah, in the future, if my kids are like, I wonder what happened with like XYZ, it was an amicable split and I'm feeling good about it. Like, it's the weirdest, it's the best I've ever felt about a discussion, like about a breakup, you know what I mean? Like, I've broken up with people and felt guilty. I've had people break up with me and felt sad. I've had other amicable breakups where it's felt a bit like, oh, we're just saying these nice things. We actually fucking hate each other. But it's easier to just go our separate ways. But neither of us hate each other this time around either. We're friendly still. Everything's good. We just took things a bit too far. And now we're bringing them back a step to where they were, because that's what worked better. And if this is a sign of things to come, relationship-wise, like if this is how adult family relationships are conducted, I'm on board, man, because that was a really good ending. And it means that it means that the whole relationship's not soured, you know what I mean? Don't mind me jumping from rock to rock. It makes it a good relationship regardless of the, oh, that was a long one. Regardless of the fact that it has an ending, you know what I mean? Like, something can still be good even if it finished. And yeah, I think that's what my most recent relationship was. And I just wanted a record of that as a content creator and someone who creates content. Yeah, I think amicable breakups are good when it is truly amicable, not just like pretending to be. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of the first times in my life that's occurred. Like, obviously it happened with my marriage as well. Still very good terms with my ex-wife. Like, that's why I have my kids, you know, like, it's a thing. But like, I am on board for the amicable breakups. I think they're dope. And if you just needed one more person to tell you, talk, communicate, effective communication is a win, then yeah, talk, communicate. Effective communication is a win. Get on board. These guys give me money. I like money. Turning some of your money into mine on a monthly basis would be ideal. There's YouTube Premium, Patreon, different ways of going about it. You could give me a super thanks if you wanted, or you could just watch some of my videos. You don't actually have to give me any money or anything like that. Just hit the like button on this one. Poke around the channel, give me a like somewhere else as well, you know what I mean? Pick your favorite video. I've got a bunch of different playlists. I'm really going hard on this YouTube channel at the minute because, like, it is in the back end, like, ad revenue wise and subscribers, like, it's experiencing a real spike period at the moment. So I want to capitalize on that, take advantage and see where I can take this, you know what I mean? It's something I'm proud of. But yeah, anyway, as I said, these guys give me money. I like money. Thanks for that. If you want to give me some too, I'll put your name in that list. But failing all of that, I'll see you when I look at you. You'll see me when you look at me. Thanks for watching.